Hey everyone, Sigarme here. Welcome to my October 2024 hero tier list for Age of Empires Mobile, a few days before the release, 10 days actually. In this video I'll be ranking every legendary hero available in the game currently. It's not easy to make tier lists in Age of Empires Mobile since there are so many variables to judge heroes on. So this one will be based on my experience and tests run throughout the game. Now keep in mind that tier lists are subjective, and my rankings also take into account not just the hero's stats, but also their skill sets, their stars, synergy with other heroes, ring pairings, and how easily they can be replaced, for instance. This is why you might see a hero ranked higher due to their specific combinations or versatility, rather than just raw power, for example. Now let's get started. First one on the list is Ashoka, and it's kind of a weird one. He has a very good support signature skill, but he only has DPS customizable skills, which is kind of weird. He pairs really well with Hannibal, but the fact that he's not really a support nor a DPS makes him not as excellent as he could have been. It's worth noting that he's got a very good first star as well, so he's going in A. Attila is probably one of the best DPS-oriented supports in the game right now, with amazing customizable skills in this regard for both archers and cavalry. His stars are amazing, and he can be unlocked early in the game. Attila shines the most when paired with strong commanders such as Lubu or Mulan. The stronger the light, the stronger the shadow, right? So it's an easy S+ for me. Similarly to Ashoka, Bellevue is in the middle between being a good support and a good DPS, so while Black Flag is an excellent self-boosting skill that does no damage, a signature skill is also a self-boosting skill which does no damage as well. So if you take Black Flag, you will actually end up having very few skills to deal damage with, which is weird in my opinion. It's still worth noting that she is a solid S, despite that, because of the stupid amount of damage that she can deal, thanks to her self-boosts. Boudica is basically a stronger and a free-to-play version of Leonidas, thanks to her might boosts in both her signature skill and her customizable skill Forceful Retaliation that Leonidas does not have. So strong S for our Celtic warrior here. Bushra is sadly the worst non-free-to-play hero in the game right now. A signature skill could be great, but the disarm chance only activates once every 27 seconds on average, which is bad. Her stars are a joke as well, she's a bad support and does not provide anything to the team really. Her stats scaling is bad, so just avoid her if you can, she goes into the C list. Cleopatra on the other hand is perhaps my favorite free-to-play hero. Unlike Bushra, she has everything to be a great support. Her signature skill is absolutely amazing to support Hannibal, and it deals good damage as well. Her scaling is not the best, but that's normal since she's free to play, and her stars are okay. She could be A+, but honestly, seeing how good of an offensive support she is, I'm gonna put her in the S list. Constantine is a good hero but is locked behind VIP 12. He has decent skills and good stars, but his weakness lies in the fact that Miyamoto or Yodit are better paired with other heroes. He's good, but others are better as secondary heroes. Perhaps this will change when more heroes are released, but for now he goes into the A list. Darius has magnificent hair, a magnificent beard, but that's pretty much it. He has little to no synergy with other heroes. His signature skill makes him an egoistical DPS, but he's pretty bad at being a DPS, so that's about it. His stars are bad and he gets easily replaced throughout the game. There's not much more to say about him honestly, he belongs in D tier. Barbarossa has a very good team-fighting commander skill, but it's almost never interesting to use him as a commander because others are basically better. He's a decent tank, but DPS warrior pikemen do a better job at dealing damage than he does at tanking. Considering the fact that his paywall behind battle passes is not worth it if you can get Boudica instead of him, for instance. He's a solid B though. Now, the martial cavalry heroes are not really good heroes, sadly. Their commander and signature skills could be interesting, but they simply don't work. Sid is the perfect example from this lineup. His commander skill is terrible, his signature skill is not good, and his stars are not worth the investment. Easy B. Guan Yu is a very egoistical DPS whose only purpose is to buff himself to deal damage, but is bad at it. His stars and scaling are bad as well. He's basically a weaker version of Lubu, so he goes in the C tier. Hammurabi is a good early free-to-play hero, but he quickly gets replaced in the warrior swordsman lineups. He's a decent secondary hero to boost your commander early on, but other than that, there's not that much to him. His skill set is not really great and his stars are bland. He's a good free-to-play hero though, so he goes in the B tier. For a free-to-play hero, Sejong the Great is impressive. His signature skill is very good and his customizable skills are excellent for a support. His stars scale like crazy and will make your martial swordsman lineup become significantly stronger with time. It's a solid A for this new hero. Hideyoshi has a decent DPS-oriented support signature skill, but his skill set is that of a DPS hero, which is weird. In this way, he's a bit like Ashoka, but worse. He's still a decent addition to your martial swordsman lineup, especially for free-to-plays, and his stars have a good scaling. He goes in the B rank. Hannibal is an excellent hero. He severely debuffs his enemies and deals good damage while doing so. He also does both might and strategy damage, so he's harder to counter. He has good supports to be paired with to make him shine, and he has good rings to equip as well. His scaling is good, his customizable skills are very good, his stars are good, he's an easy S+. Harald. I didn't mention Harald in this video, because he's a terrible hero. He has little to no synergy with other warrior swordsman heroes, his stars are mediocre, his customizable skills are bad. Overall, avoid this hero and try to stick with the lineups I showed you, it's probably for the best. His signature skill is way too specific and isn't that good with other swordsmen or cavalry heroes because it forces them to play in a way that isn't the most optimal for them. His customizable skills are some of the worst in the game and his stars are simply bad. I'll just stop roasting him any further. Let's just create a specific F tier for him and put him in there. Joséphine is a very good hero, unlocked right at the start of the game. She can be a decent primary DPS or a good support or sub DPS with her healing abilities and will fit perfectly into early swordsman or archer lineups. Her skill set is good and will be a great asset for free-to-play lineups early on and will last long in archer lineups until Bellevue is unlocked. It's an easy A for Joséphine. Joan of Arc is not a bad hero, but she definitely lacks creativity and depth in her skill set to be better. She's a decent free-to-play hero to have in your pikeman lineup, since she has access to decent counter-attack skills, but her stats are not impressive and her stars are way too basic. She belongs in C. While not being the greatest DPS out there, Caesar is saved by his customizable skill set and his stars, which will greatly improve his damage. The difference in damage between a 0-star and a 5-star Caesar is big. He's also accompanied by great heroes like Ram or Octavian, who will help to make him shine. Other than that, he's far from the best, and him being a MGE exclusive hero makes it hard to justify a spot higher than A, so in A he goes. Based on his scaling, stars and signature skill alone, King Arthur deserves S+, but I won't elaborate any further since I haven't had the opportunity to properly test him yet. He's definitely strong and has great pairings with other swordsmen, but it's hard to evaluate how strong he is yet. Justinian is a very good defense-oriented support hero and will be a great addition to your Hannibal lineup. His customizable skills are very good, and even though his stats are not the greatest, his stars allow for a decent scaling. Solid S for Justinian. King Derrick is a good free-to-play hero that can be upgraded up to 5 stars for free thanks to in-game events. He pairs really well with other swordsman heroes and will accompany you for a long time until better heroes show up. His 5th star is very good and he makes a great sub-DPS with decent buffs and debuffs. So it's a solid A for King Derrick. Leonidas is a strong paywall hero that will be one of the core heroes for warrior pikemen until late game. His customizable skills aren't the best, but it is definitely enough to emphasize on his excellent counter-attack proficiency. Warrior pikemen being very strong right now and Leonidas being a good DPS, he deserves his S spot. Lubu is one of the best burst DPS in the game right now, if not the best. His scaling is good regarding both stars and stats. He hits like a truck and his motto is basically, you don't need to be tanky if you can destroy your enemy in 2 seconds. When a proper secondary commander is released, other than Rani or Attila, he will be even more incredible. Easy S+ for Lubu. Well, that's 2 monsters in a row right there. Miyamoto is the strongest hero in the game right now in my opinion. He doesn't burst as much as Lubu, but he has way better heroes to be paired with. His signature skill is probably the best in the game, he's an excellent commander and will not let you down if played and built correctly. He's my personal top 1, easiest S+ of this list. Good things come in threes. Mulan is our 3rd excellent DPS in a row. Like Lubu, she lacks a proper support to be even stronger, but her skill set already makes her a threat on the battlefield. Hide your swordsman. S+ for Mulan. Nobunaga is plain and simple. All he does is DPS, there's nothing more to him. His commander and signature skills only deal damage, no buffs, no debuffs, nothing. His stars are somewhat decent, but they are bland. There's not much to say about him, he's B tier. Octavian on the other end is a strong yet complex DPS with a very good signature skill that will empower your troop. He's a wheel hero as well, so he's accessible for everyone. His stats makes him a good all-rounder hero, and his stars emphasize on his buffing and DPS abilities. I like this hero a lot, he's a solid S. Queen Sundog could have been a really good hero, but her signature skill has a very low activation chance and her first star only increases its activation chance by 2%, which is a joke. Her 5th star is interesting but only buffs your team for 3 seconds, which is not great. She's a weaker Theodora in my opinion, but the fact that she has a low chance to silence still makes her somewhat a great addition to Suleiman's lineup. She goes in B tier. Ram is kind of difficult to obtain, being locked behind the top 10 in the Mightiest Governor event, making the Martial Pikeman lineup a very difficult one to grind. He's definitely worth the acquisition if you can aim for him though, as he is a very good support and will change your lineup strength after he reaches 3 stars and after you replace Bushra with him. He deserves his S spot. Rani is not bad, but she definitely is a weaker version of Attila, having access to less interesting skills overall. She's still a good support to have, so she deserves her A rank. Richard is a hero you'll keep throughout the game and you'll be able to unlock him early on through the wheel. He's one of the core counter-attack pikeman heroes and has decent scaling with stats and stars. I'm not really sure where to put him between A+ and S-, but I go with S. Philip is not very interesting. He's a somewhat decent DPS-oriented support hero, but the unskippable charging state on his signature skill makes it hard to take him seriously. He's decent to have with Sun Tzu, but honestly he'll be the first one to go once a better hero is released. He goes in B tier. Suleiman is a very good DPS that heavily relies on debuffs and his signature skill. His stars are decent, his stats are good, he has very good customizable skills that make him shine as a primary DPS, but sadly he lacks strong supports, Sundog and YSS being unreliable. It's worth noting that the Suleiman lineup heavily benefits from various legendary rings in the shop though, so he has room to grow. He's a solid S. Derrick is part of the cursed martial cavalry lineup with Sid and Bushra. His signature skill could be interesting but is useless in rallies, just like Sid's. He has decent DPS customizable skills but is bad at being a DPS. His stars are not interesting, so it's a low B for Derrick. Theodora is a decent support hero, her passive signature skill providing constant damage reduction. Her 5th star is very good, but she's kind of hard to rank up. She has decent customizable skills and will be a great addition to your Suleiman or Sun Tzu lineups. She goes in the A tier. There's a good chance Tribuana was created specifically to benefit Miyamoto, seeing how well they go together as a team, and it's an understatement to say she does the job remarkably well. Her signature skill is what makes her such a great addition to Warrior Swordsmen. She also does very well with Yodit and King Arthur, but remove these heroes and she's basically useless. Her customizable skills aren't very impressive to say the least, and the healing part of her signature skill is close to useless. She fits well in the S category but would be A without Miyamoto or Yodit in the game. Sun Tzu is very much like Suleiman but for swordsmen. He suffers from the same lack of decent support and is compatible with good rings. He deals very good damage but will be even better when proper supports or sub-DPS come into the game. He's still a strong S tier hero. His recent buff makes Sun-Shin rank up from C to B in my opinion. He's a good free-to-play choice if you want to go for the Suleiman lineup for additional damage. His 5th star makes him very good in that regard. Other than that, his stats are not very interesting and he will not provide much to the team, so he goes in the B tier. Ieyasu is a good support hero recently added into the game to celebrate Japan's addition as a playable civilization. He's basically the star of your martial swordsman lineup. Solid A. Seong-Gye introduces a new mechanic, the Quick Wit state. It's kind of a double attack stance but for active skills, which can be very interesting if they further develop this mechanic for future heroes. In his case, it's only a self-boost on his signature skill. His customizable skills are pretty decent for a free-to-play hero, and his stars allow for a good scaling as you progress into the game. Sadly, aside from him and Sejong, the compatibility with other martial cavalry heroes isn't great. He deserves a good A spot though, overall. Alright everyone, that's it for my tier list and for today's video. I'll be doing more of these as new heroes are released into the game, but for now, you're good to go for October 17th with this one. As always, feel free to like, comment and subscribe if you like the video. Please give credit to this video if you share the tier list, that helps the channel a lot. Also, we hit 1000 subscribers recently and honestly I can't say thank you enough for the amazing support and feedback you guys have been giving me. I'm really grateful and will continue to make guides and content on Age of Empires Mobile and will keep doing my best to provide quality for you all. Next guide is coming soon and should be Warrior Pikeman, so stay tuned. See you in the next video.